Hello, I am Jenny Daly. I am a psychic life coach. I'm also a nurse, a minister. And for those of you joining me, I want to say thank you. Thank you so much. And also for the rewatchers, thank you. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate all of you. I do. Please hit subscribe, like, and in the messages, hit the angel emoji because angels are definitely around everybody tonight. And I know this might sound odd to a lot of people, but I feel like, because I wasn't going to do this topic tonight, but apparently I must have to because there must be a lot of things going on around me that's making my phone act weird. But, and remember, I do truly believe you're going to see and hear things and pay attention to things that you're supposed to. You know, you're guided. You're definitely guided. So that means that you're a light worker. All of you people in here, are you beautiful people in here, are light workers, which means we have come here to help as many people as possible. I kind of want to jump into this because there's a couple things, messages that are really important. But, you know, I always ask the other side. It's like, dear Lord, what do you want me to talk about? And it keeps coming back to the same thing. And I'm like, here goes. Oh, and also signs. There are definite signs. The white polar bears and hippopotamuses. I don't know. I just repeat. So pay attention to your signs this week. It's going to be hippos and the white polar bears. They're kind of showing me like the Coke bears. All right, so I'm going to give you that. So excuse me if I'm all over the place. It's just I want to read who's here and say hi, but I can't do that right now because I can't see it. So, okay. We are going to talk about a couple things tonight. Oh, I do want to tell you this also. When you do a session with me, you know, you can have the session that you want. Meaning, if you just want to ask me a bunch of questions, we can do that. Lots of times though, like I get somebody and it's all about getting to know who you are, and I will see things that are going on and we will address them. But if you just want the quick, like, I don't want to talk about that stuff, I want to talk about my relationship, or I want to talk about my kids, we can do that. Just preface that when you schedule your appointment or at the time of the session. So here's the thing. I said that's about us being light workers. And I do want to touch on this. I'm not going to mention the person's name, but scrolling through YouTube, I saw a young lady, a very pretty young lady, who was saying, I don't want to be here. I want to be in heaven. I want to be in heaven with Jesus. I don't want to be here. And I'm looking forward to that day. Okay, great. And I get it. I mean, you know, I don't fear passing at all. I mean, if anything, I'm kind of excited too because I want to see my life review, see what I miss, that kind of stuff. I'm very scientific, you know what I mean? So I like things that are different. But you guys, you're here for a reason. We are all here for a reason. So it's like you're wishing your time away. You know, you're wishing it away when you have valuable, important things to be doing now. You were here for a reason. You're here to help as many people as you possibly can. You're here to make a difference. And, you know, don't think, well, you know, what do I do? I'm not making a difference. Not true. Not true at all. Seriously. I mean, that is like one thing that's kind of sad. We don't look at what we do. And then some people say we're not supposed to. We're supposed to be humble. Well, you can be humble and be proud of yourself. You know, you can. And I made a statement about somebody that she deserved something. And she said, no, I don't. None of us deserve anything, really. Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. Because it's like Christians talk about, like, you know, can't sleep with this, you can't do that because, God is going to be so angry. Well, if there's bad, why can't you have good? I think it's disappointing for God to be like, you guys so gifted. You have so much to do. You need to get it done and have fun while you're doing it. So for those of you that kind of like watch that stuff and think about, oh yeah, I can't wait to go home. Enjoy your time here. I know it's hard. It's very hard. But, think about when you went to school. There were times it was like, oh, I just want to leave it. But you eventually graduated. Graduation here means going home, going to heaven. But don't wish it away. Focus on what you're supposed to be doing, helping people. And, the biggest thing too, well, it's a couple things, but the biggest thing, being kind to someone. Sometimes it just takes a smile or to open a door or to just say, hey, are you okay? I've done that before. I walked up to somebody, I've done this a lot, but I walked up to a girl who she looked like her whole world fell apart. And no, I didn't know her, but I was going to walk by her. So when I did, I stopped, turned around. I sat next to her. I go, hey, are you okay? And yeah, she was crying, but she was so grateful because she said she didn't have anyone to talk to. That, everybody kind of judged her. So you can and you do make a difference. And the same with the animals. Okay, you guys, but this is what they wanted to talk about. It's about being stubborn. We have addressed this before. I have addressed this stubborn. Everybody has an opinion, okay? I'm including myself in this too, trust me. But everybody has an opinion. Everybody has their way of doing something. And everybody insists that their way is the right way. That only their way is the right way. There's a lot of marriages that can be good, but can turn sour in no time. Like if your spouse doesn't do things the way that you do it, but your spouse is doing it, be appreciative. Seriously, be appreciative. Because at least your spouse is doing something to help, So yeah, you want to be appreciative with this stuff, but being stubborn when I kept getting misdiagnosed, I was very stubborn, but I knew, we know our bodies, we do. With that kind of stuff, with something, being stubborn with something that is affecting a child, family member, affecting somebody's life, affecting somebody's health, then yeah, be stubborn with that. Don't give up. Because that's the other thing too. When you go to do something, lots of times it's hard to find someone that will listen or that will help you. But what is it, like cutting off your nose to spite your face, something like that? But it just seems that everybody, for the rest of this month, let's make it yes month. Like if somebody suggests something, listen to what they have to say. Here's the thing. I'm going to put it this way. You have valuable information. You have life experience. You have all kinds of experience. School, life, and just experiencing so many things the way that you have and coming in contact with so many people. But there's always more. And you guys, remember, we're here in school. So you have to listen to what other people are saying too. Just be open-minded. And if somebody wants to say something, yes, listen. But listen, fully listening, as Judge Judy says, put on your listening ears. Don't hear them as you're thinking of a reply. No. That again too is being stubborn. But I'm saying it like this, and I'm saying you. because you always put the shoe on the other foot. So when somebody comes to you and then you want to give an opinion about something, what about that person if that person is just, or let's say you come to me, you don't know me, you just come to me and we're talking about something and you're sharing something that you feel you're very knowledgeable on, then, but me, let's say that I don't listen. No, you don't know what you're talking about. No. You're going to be offended. And with me saying, no, you don't know what you're talking about, I'm saying that all of your experience on this topic, it's all wrong. That's messed up. That's why just listen to what other people have to say. Listen. But we get sometimes so stuck on our opinions and our feelings that's it. But like in your marriage too, in your relationships, listen to what the other person has to say. Both people can be right. Both people can be right. So just please be open to listening to other people. I mean, like this, oh my gosh, everybody sees things differently. I compare it, I forget the formal name of those pictures, okay? So let's pretend those pictures that have two different pictures. One's a lady, and let's say it's a lady and a bear in this one picture. You see the lady, I see the bear. So when you're talking to me about, oh, let's see, I'm going to give you hints because you have to guess what the other person says. Better yet, we just saw two different things. But if you're going to give me a hint and say, well, this object can wear lipstick. Well, I'm like, a bear? A bear can't wear lipstick. I mean, I guess a bear could, but you know what I mean. And by the time we're like talking and trying to guess what each one is seeing, at the end, it's like, oh, and you might say, oh, how can you be seeing a bear? There's no bear there. No, this picture, there's only a lady. It's no bear. Well, then you get to look at the picture. And I get to show you what I'm seeing. And lo and behold, you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't even see the bear. And me, I'll be like, I didn't see the lady, but it was there. So we were both right. But don't discount somebody just because you can't see it their way. It's really important too. I find the only time people are not real picky and real stubborn is around a relationship. In a relationship. Seriously. I mean, because sometimes you could be the most level-headed person, but get into a relationship that, your friends and family are like, what the heck? Where is she? Where did she go? But you do dumb things sometimes for love. But being kind to others, it also means hearing what they're saying. Okay, so with that, I don't know. The other side was dead set. Like that was, I was talking to my dear friend and I was like, oh my gosh, I want to talk about something else. But I kept hearing stubborn. Okay. And I was being stubborn to talk about stubborn. So anyway, I do want to also talk about sleep apnea and cats. And I think I am. I've already talked about this. I'm repeating myself. Sorry. Oh, the weather and everything, it's dry. Okay, but if your cat is sleeping with you and is waking you up, cats are great with detecting sleep apnea. Cats are phenomenal with detecting sleep apnea. And they will do what they can to wake you up. Because, your cat, having a cat, that cat makes you part of his or her colony, So that cat loves you. And I found out yesterday, When we go to sleep at night, the cats get kind of like worried and will stare at you and watch you all night because they can't understand why you were like sleeping so long. But they do. They can, and I've seen it so many times that I couldn't even tell you now how many times I've seen it. It's amazing. All right. So sleep apnea and cats, that's the one thing that I did want to go over. I do want to go over sleep paralysis and night terrors. Okay, I'm just going to touch on that. Just, I don't know, I feel like I have to. With sleep paralysis, first of all, now that you are listening to my YouTube and I'm like sending my energy to you, I feel like your intuition is going to open more. It is going to open more. You're going to have dreams that they're going to be visitations. And people have said too, oh my gosh, I saw you in my dreams last night and we were talking about something that they were having a problem with. I know I do that, but I don't know how to consciously do that yet. But with sleep paralysis, you're gonna go to sleep. In the middle of the night, you are going to awaken and you can't move. You can't talk. Now, a lot of people feel that there's something dark on them, and no, it's because your soul, which is really the core of your being, is not back yet. You're out having a good old time out there somewhere, whether you went over to the other side or to a friend's house, whatever. You went out and your body awakened before you came back. Because, I don't know, some of us have felt it where, because I remember when I was being trained for this, to learn about sleep paralysis by the other side, mind you, I had like a lot of, it was the neatest thing. It was really nice. I'm telling you, when you ask for help and learning, yeah, your guide will show you everything. And everybody has spirit guides. Most of the time, spirit guides are people or souls, I should say, that you knew. And a lot of them too have passed away before you met, but they still act as your spirit guide, okay? But your spirit guide goes with you when you go on travels at night. So you go out, you're traveling around, and it's a fun thing. I don't know if you guys, anybody else has this, but I always feel like I'm like kind of drunk because I'm trying to walk, but I'm like woozy, right? And I just can't. I can't walk. I mean, I already gave up trying to talk because I've learned that, you know, with talking, we do telepathy. So I gave up trying to talk. But anyway, you may feel like you're going down a chute at the end of your dream. You might feel, like I said, you're going down a chute. Or you're like, I mean, it can affect your stomach even. Like where your stomach like has butterflies, or it's like when you go really fast, that's how your stomach will react. It's so cool. But then you're coming back. You're back in. The body is like slam. And some people even feel like that's something demonic holding them down. No, it isn't. Your soul slammed back into your body. And you can talk, you can move. Now, here's the example. Here's proof of it's not a medical thing. As soon as your soul's back, you go right to sleep. If it's a medical thing, you're going to still be up and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm calling 911. That was the weirdest. Also, when you believe, and that's why I talked to you too, like in the very beginning, please have a faith. Please have a faith. It can be any faith that, you know, that your family that brought you up on, but you're safe. That's what I mean. Okay. And I told you many times, you know, I do believe in God and I do believe that I'm being protected. But just, you know, and angels. Archangel Michael watches over all of us. The real psychic ones, we have Archangel Michael. And Archangel Michael is He'll be there in a moment. Okay, seriously. But call on him. But never just say Michael. Always, always ask for Archangel Michael. Okay, so yeah, so that's like with the sleep paralysis. And it may feel, like I said, I had one young lady because she had no idea what it was. And she was a teen. And she's checking the computer like Google and stuff, and it's saying, oh, that's because you've been abducted. You're being abducted by aliens. And it's frightening. It is frightening for people who don't know. So you guys, make sure you share this information, because a lot of people, they don't know what it is. And when you go to the doctor, they don't know what it is. Not everybody. Some people do know. But anyway, so yes, don't panic. It's actually really neat. And then when you're like, hey, this is pretty cool, then you'll be privy to the next time you go out traveling around, you will feel yourself walking around in a dream, or not walking, but like gliding. But you don't really see you gliding, because that would probably freak you out when you saw that. But anyway, but you will be alert, and it's really neat. And then you will be privy to going down that chute real quick. And that means you, like I said, will come back to your body. So it's really cool. It is really cool. Night terrors. A lot of children have night terrors. Okay. And I should say too, with all of this, I am not a physician. I'm just going off of guidance. I'm going off of situations that I personally experience, and I have spoken to thousands of people, and this happens to them as well, but not to everybody. Night terrors, though, is very common. And when it happens to a child, all you do, because that child literally, let's say, will sit up, look at you, but he or she is looking through you. And they are still picturing what's making them have the night terrors. Sorry, you guys. Lots of times it is a past life. Lots of times it is. And what's happening is they are living that. There's a lot of the kids too. They are in a war. And they're seeing horrific things. So they're screaming. All you have to do is just like hold their hand. Just, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay to come back. You're okay. You're good. You're fine. Also, I always ask for Archangel Michael to please, protect. Jesus, please stand by, and help me with him or her. To give love. Okay. To reach out to the soul. Because you don't want to wake them, but you definitely don't want to be like, hey, get up, wake up, because that's frightening if you're already terrified. But I mean, it's kind of like, don't ignore it. That's the biggest thing, don't. And when your kids tell you things, please listen. Because you will find too, you can tell little people, boys or girls, that have been in wars, may have a thing to play with army people, may want to be dressing in the fatigues. But a lot of times with kids, from birth to 5 years, like pay attention to the things they say, they do. And especially the things they say that's like off the cuff. Yeah, pay attention to that, definitely. But don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. It doesn't last. It really doesn't. And because you will find that your child may be sleepwalking. It doesn't last. But all you have to do is ask. Talk. Communication is key. So I guess that's what they were trying to get me to talk about with the stubborn thing. Communication is key. So you listen. Just listen. Don't discount the child, because there's a lot of people where, this is that psychic stuff. No, it isn't. It's life. And it saddens me that people like will turn themselves off to that. That I don't understand. Because that's part of your senses. You have 6 senses. Oh my gosh. I know every time I say that, I kind of get fired up because it's like, you have 6 senses. I mean, that's ridiculous to me to be like, oh, well, that's okay. The 5 senses, yeah, they're definitely from God, but the 6 is the devil. Come on, really? What I will liken to, not to have like beings who don't have your best of intention. I hate to say like devils and stuff, but some habits, some drugs. Yeah, definitely drugs. Because it is true how they joke around about it, like having an angel on one shoulder and the devil on the other, but it's also your free will. So, anyway, you guys, on that note, for those of you looking for relationships this year, put your phone down. When you go outside, see people, have eye contact, put the phones down. And I know it's all like when we're running errands, because trust me, I do it too. And it's like, oh, wait, I got a call while I'm running around, save time. Don't do that. Go out, acknowledge people, smile, and have fun. Have fun. And don't forget hippos and those white polar bears. You guys, I'm sorry that I couldn't like see anything here. I'm so sorry. I have to fix my phone as soon as I'm finished here. But again, please subscribe and like. I hope you like this and share it. Share it if you know that somebody needs to hear about this. But remember, no stubborn. Stubborn in case like if something, like if you know a child is being hurt and everybody else is saying, no, be stubborn and be on that. Totally beyond that. But with opinions. Okay. If you would like to schedule a session, and don't forget, you get 20% off on your reading when it's your birthday month. But janiedaily@gmail.com, or you can send a message over to Facebook Messenger. Okay. I don't really see like TikTok and everything. I don't check that so much. And those of you who have my phone number, send a text, definitely. So, you guys, thank you so much. Again, I'm sorry I couldn't answer. I really have to fix it. All right. Goodbye. And I send to you all many, many angel hugs and blessings. Have a wonderful evening and a good night's sleep.